Welcome to New England Boating. I'm Parker Kelley.
And I'm Tom Richardson, and today we're in Mattapoisett, Massachusetts on the western shore of Buzzards Bay. It's a boater-friendly town with a rich maritime history.
That's right, Tom. Mattapoisett was a huge shipbuilding center in the 1800s, supplying vessels for shipping and also the whaling industries. We're going to tell you a little bit more about the history of Mattapoisett later on in the show. But first we're going to give you a tour of this beautiful harbor and show you what you need to know as a boater.
Then we're going to go ashore, show you some of the village, the shops, the restaurants, and other attractions that make Mattapoisett so special.
We're also going to head out and do some fishing.
That's right, we are. The sea bass are running right now in Buzzards Bay, and I hear the action's red hot. Well, I mean, we got a lot to do today. We better get started, huh? Yeah. New England Boating.
Mattapoisett.
Let's go.
See, that's hooked.
That one's just
He's not
that
getting
one's
out.
just. Well, let's get on Ripple and take a look at the harbor, and you can show us around.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah. So you're on a classic 1968 Bertram Flybridge cruiser.
68.
Yep, I
Wow.
bought it shortly. When my wife were unclear when we bought it, if it was before we were married or after. And this year will be our 25th anniversary.
Yeah.
So it's been about 25 years in our family.
Now you have the boatyard has some history of boat building itself. Weren't the first two surf hunters
That's
actually
right.
built in
That's correct. At Mattapoisett Boatyard, Art McLean, who's the owner of the yard, he built the first two surf hunters out of marine plywood. Ray Hunt came down. It's a great story. Ray Hunt came down and they launched the very first one, and they took it for a ride. He said, nope, turn right around, go back. And Art's like, why, what's the matter? He goes, the lifting strakes are wrong. And they pulled it up with the railway, of course, you know. He needed about 10 minutes under the boat to re-screw them, refasten them into the bottom, and they took it out. He goes, okay, now that's the boat.
But he
That's
knew.
the
He
design,
could tell.
and he knew.
So entering the harbor is pretty straightforward, right, Dave? I mean,
It's very straightforward.
and
There's
so-
Nyes Ledge buoy outside, and then 3 green cans that mark the Mattapoisett Ledge, which is just off of Mattapoisett Neck.
Yep.
Besides that shoal or ledge, really it's all open water coming in the harbor. There are 2 red nuns here. You really don't need to honor those 2 nuns. This is local knowledge now. You go at your own risk. This is all Mattapoisett Neck, which forms the other side of the harbor. The Mattapoisett Boatyard is on Ned's Point, which is the town side, let's say, and this is outside of town.
So Dave, is there a beach around here that people can come in and spend the day at?
Yes, this is what you're looking at here is called Shining Tides Beach. Even in a southwest wind, it's you're fairly protected
nice
here.
and protected there, yeah. So Dave, these green and white moorings, they're owned by Triad Boatworks, which is another boat shop in town, right?
That's right. They also operate about 15 business moorings out here that they use for their customers to come and go. But when they're not being used, these are free to stay on.
Mm-hmm. So Dave, that's the town dinghy dog. That looks pretty new.
That's right. It was new 2 years ago. This whole wooden dock structure that you see was constructed at the same time to accommodate a few more boats and slips for the town, but more importantly to accommodate these floats for the dinghies. So now there's finally access for the general public to come here with their boat and bring their dinghy in and tie up and walk around, have lunch, dinner. Yeah, this harbor is a very safe harbor. There's not a lot of traffic, right down that main channel. Everything's spread out. One thing Mattapoisett's known for too is you can go out to your boat, hoist the sails, and sail away.
Well, hopefully we've given you some of the basics on what you need to know about visiting the harbor by boat. For more detailed information on everything from harbor master contacts to the local fishing scene, check out our website, newenglandboating.com. Up next, Parker takes a look at the history of Mattapoisett with a visit to the Historical Society.